Good morning to all. I am Ramani, working as an assistant professor in the Electronics and Communication department. Today we are going to talk about the printed circuit board designing process. What is PCB? The PCB means printed circuit board, which is used in many electronic products. We cannot imagine any electronic product without printed circuit board. The printed circuit board is very important role in electronics field. In the printed circuit board, mechanically supports and electrically connect between components by using conductive track. All electronic components, for example, resistor, capacitor, transistor, diode, triac. So all the electronic components are placed onto the printed circuit board and soldered onto the bottom side. The printed circuit board can be used in electronic product, for example, computer, TV, monitor, printers, mobile phone, and etc. One of the questions may arise in our mind. Before to introduce the printed circuit board, what type of technologies we have used in earlier stages? In earlier stages, we have used only point-to-point construction. What is the point-to-point construction? In point-to-point construction means commonly used electronic component are placed on placed on wooden sheet or wooden sheet and connected through connecting wires. Is not a copper track. Okay, in these technologies, it requires more space to adopt the electronic component, and cost is also increases, and fault finding is very difficult. To avoid this problem, the printed circuit board is introduced in 1936. The first board is introduced by Australian engineer Paul Isler. After that, in 1942, the US government decided to use this technique during the Second World War. After that, 1946, the US government again decided to use this technique for commercial purpose. In the mid of 1950, the printed circuit board is not common for everyone. So after 1950, the printed circuit board is common for everyone. So types of printed circuit board is available. There are different types of printed circuit board is available in the market. So based on our needs, we can choose any one of the printed circuit board. Single side PCB, double side printed circuit board, multi-layer PCB and rigid PCB, flexible PCB, rigid and flexible PCB. What is the single side PCB? Single side PCB means it has only one layer. The one layer will be in the bottom sides of the copper substrate. And the solder mask is also provided. The main use of the solder mask is provide the protective coating for the copper layer. What is the double side PCB? It has two layers. One layer will be in top side of the layer and second layer will be in the bottom sides of the substrate. So similarly, the solder mask is also provided on both sides of the PCB. And multi-layer, in multi-layer, it has constructed more number of inner layer in between the top and bottom layers. In this multi-layer PCB, we can able to adopt more number of electronic components. That is, we can able to bring into compact size of the product. So main disadvantages of the multi-layer printed circuit board, the modification of the circuits much more difficult and usually impractical. Rigid PCB. So rigid PCB means we cannot twist it or fold it as per our convenience. There are which is used in many applications. For example, mobile phone, television, computer, laptops, and CT machine, and MRI machine and etc. So all the product we are using the rigid printed circuit board. And flexible PCB. So what is the flexible PCB? The printed circuit board can be twisted or folded as per our needs, as per our requirements. There are different types of printed circuit board is available in the flex printed circuit board, single layer or double layer or multi-layer. So the which is used in this printed flexible PCB is used in laptop, mobile phone, and we are using in satellite communication, military application, and etc. Rigid and flexible PCB. The combination of rigid and flexible PCB. So the combination of flexible and which is used in laptops, computer, and television, mobile phones, CT machines, MRI machines, and etc. Before going to design the printed circuit board, the designing engineer need to decide what type of technologies we are going to use for the printed circuit board designing process. There are two important technologies is available. One is a through-hole technologies and second one is the surface mount technologies. So what is the through-hole technologies? In through-hole technologies, all the electronic component placed on printed circuit board and soldered onto the bottom sides. For example, resistor and transistor, capacitor and triac and etc. All electronic components is having the lead. So the lead is bent into 90 degree. After that we are going to make on hole on printed circuit board and placed on the printed circuit board and soldered on bottom sides of the PCB. This is the through hole technologies. The printed circuit board full assembled board will be like this. This is the resistor is bent into 90 degree. After that we are going to insert into the printed circuit board and soldered into the bottom sides. This is the through hole technologies based printed circuit board. And next one is the surface mount technologies. So what is the surface mount technologies? The surface mount technologies introduced around 1960s and becomes widely used in the mid of 1980s. Before the 1980s, we are not using the surface mount technologies. The surface mount technologies, for example, all electronic component, for example, resistor, capacitor, transistor, all the electronic components does not have any lead. So instead of using lead, we are using metal cap on both sides of the component. For example, resistor. In resistor, normally in resistor, it has the lead on both sides. But instead of using the lead, so two metal cap is added on both sides. Okay, after that the surface mount resistance is placed on track and soldered so on the track. In this method there is no need to make any hole on printed circuit board. So directly the the surface mount component directly placed on copper track and soldered. So this is some of the SMD electronic components is shown here. One is a capacitor. In this capacitor, normally we know it has two lead on capacitor. Instead of using the lead, we are using in the metal cap on both sides of the component. Similarly, resistor. In resistors, normally in through hole technologies, it has the lead on both sides of the resistance. Instead of using the instead of using the lead, we are using the metal cap is added on both sides of the resistor. Okay, so all the components is used the SMD component are placed onto the track and soldered. So main advantages of the SMD technologies, there is no need to make any hole when compared to the through hole technologies. This is the one of the examples for the surface mounted technologies based printed circuit board. So this is the one of the transistor is placed onto the PCB track and soldered onto the bottom sides of the printed circuit board. Actually the surface mount technologies can be placed on bottom side of the track or top side of the track. Any side we can able to place it. Main advantages, there is no need to make any hole on the printed circuit board. There are different types of software is available, both online and offline printed circuit board is available. So based on our experience or based on our needs, we can able to choose any one of the software. So some of the software is freely available. Some of the softwares we need to pay the money to purchase the software. So many online software is available to design the PCB. I have given some example: TipTrace software, Multisim software, Brutus software, OrCAD software, ECEDA software, Design Spark, Eagle software, Express PCB, Ultimum Designer, CADStar, PADS PCB. So any one software you can choose to design our printed circuit board. So the online software, if you want to design any printed circuit boards in online, first we need to create an account in the particular software company. After that we need to make the printed circuit board designing process. In offline software there is no need to create any account. You have to download from websites. Some of the freely available printed circuit board software is available. You can download from the Google and then install in your laptop or desktop. After that you can work. So there are different types of software is provided. Thank you.